The Democrats tried to silence him, but Mike Johnson is the speaker for a reason. And today, he speakered for the Epstein victims. This is just another day. You know, when it comes to politics, it's easy to get cynical. Politicians talk a big game on the campaign trail about values and principles, but when they take office and it's time to act, suddenly they forget the promises they made that got them elected in the first place. Thankfully, not all politicians are like that.
From the very beginning, we've been insistent that this matter be handled carefully and with the utmost caution and care for the people who have been harmed. They should not be made to suffer any longer. We're talking about real people's lives at stake here.
Thank you, Mike Johnson. Finally, a member of Congress is getting real about those who suffered at the hands of this disgusting rapist. Seen here with some former New York real estate guy. Yes, today, after months of obstruction from the evil communist Marxist Democrats, the good guys finally prevailed and brought America one step closer to justice. This afternoon, Speaker Johnson had the courage to lead his chamber in the passage of a discharge petition that, if signed by the president, will force the Justice Department to release all of its files on the wretched billionaire pedophile seen here at some party with that guy behind those world-renowned steaks. And as our hero knows, there's only one party in that chamber that believes in doing what's right.
Republicans support transparency. We want maximum transparency, especially when it comes to disclosing the names of anybody who had anything to do with these evils, anybody who conspired with or aided in any way Jeffrey Epstein. They must be brought to justice.
Maximum transparency. None of this regular or extra strength bullshit. Mike wants his transparency the same way he wants his overdrive. Maximum. But I'm sure that the left-wing GOP haters out there are going to try and undercut what this brave man did today by bringing up some out-of-context videos. So let me just save you some time because I got answers for all of them.
It's been almost a month since the residents of Arizona's 7th District elected Adelita Grijalva to represent them in Congress. And as we've covered extensively on this program, Speaker Mike Johnson is refusing to seat her so that he can delay her deciding vote on a discharge petition to release the Epstein files.
Sorry, Mr. Steele, but you can't steal the truth here. Mike not swearing her in had nothing to do with Epstein. Here's the real reason that the speaker wasn't swearing Congresswoman Grijalva in.
We're going to give her the oath of office as soon as we get back to regular session, as soon as Chuck Schumer and the Democrats vote to reopen the government. We've got a lot to do here. They're the ones holding it up. What Rep. Grijalva doesn't understand is that there's a certain tradition and process that we engage in here to administer the oath.
See? There is a tradition and process that goes with administering the oath. It is a family affair. If the speaker had been so callous as to swear Grijalva in during the shutdown, her family may not have been able to attend. And to Mike Johnson, if your family can't witness the awesome act of you being sworn in, what the hell is even left besides monitoring your porn intake? Let me guess what's next. The whole Mike sent Congress home early.
Johnson and GOP leaders have pushed back on holding a floor vote to release the Epstein files. Johnson accused Democrats of playing politics amid the controversy and ended the House session a day early for summer break.
Sorry, but I guess this guy didn't read the article where doctors say taking a vacation actually improves your health. Mike Johnson knows that having a bunch of sick people in Congress won't do him any good when it comes time to taking healthcare away from a bunch of sick people who aren't in Congress. And by the way, where the hell was the previous administration on this if they crave justice so badly?
We have to remember this entire thing happened. This entire story blew up during the Biden administration. The Biden administration had 4 years to release this information. They did absolutely nothing.
That's right, absolutely nothing. What, you think that convicting Epstein's co-conspirator back in 2021 and sentencing her to 20 years in federal prison did anything? Guess what this administration did? They made her move to another prison. We looked at the polling, and guess what the most stressful thing in life is? Exactly, moving. Wasn't Sleepy Joe who did that, it was Trump. Think about the stress that Maxwell had to endure. Did I pack everything? Will the movers be here in time? Will I make new friends at my new minimum security country club prison? Very stressful. Thank you, President Trump. And I'm sure one of you liberal elites will want to trot out this piece of video featuring Donald, the feminist Trump, from a few months ago, but allow me to do the honors.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years.
You hear that? Are we still talking about this Epstein? We should be doing. Trump is a doer. He doesn't want talk, he wants action, he wants results. And if it takes him multiple times of doing something to get it right, so be it. But all of this criticism of the Republicans and Trump really highlights what is so sad about the left in this country. I mean, it's bad enough they want our commander-in-chief relegated to some drab, goldless office, and they want to see our kids jabbed with needles to stop the spread of blah-blah-blah. But to undermine Donald Trump's process, to undercut the president's plan at getting these files out there and bringing healing to the victims, anyone involved in that should be ashamed. I mean, take the recent turncoat Marjorie Trader Brown. Remember, green turns to brown where there is rot involved. Gets me every time. Anyway, doesn't she know how detrimental she's being to the president's plans?
Do you take the president at his word when he says he's going to sign this bill, and do you have confidence that these files will actually be released?
I only take people's actions seriously. No longer words.
Okay. Too bad words are actions, Marjorie. Why do you think in the movies when the director wants people to start saying words, they call action? How can someone like Marjorie do something so destructive to the president's cause? I mean, this is a man who stood by her side, let her promote his merchandise, was nice enough to offer up his lusting advances. He doesn't do that for just anyone. Frankly, Trump won't touch another woman like that unless he raised them. To hear Marjorie talk, it's like she hasn't known Trump's plan all along.
I'll tell you right now, this has been one of the most destructive things to MAGA.
Maybe that's because MAGA, as you know it, was always intended to be destroyed. Make America Great Again is just the phrase Trump used to get elected, because if he used the real acronym he wanted, Make Abused Grievances Amplified, he knew that women haters like Marjorie would try and stand in his way. And a politician without influence is like a rap mogul without baby oil. Nothing's getting done. What Mike Johnson and the other patriotic Republicans have understood is that since the beginning, Trump is a master of strategy. All of his attempts to downplay his relationship with Epstein, his accusations that this pressure campaign is a hoax perpetuated by the Democrats, his directive to investigate everyone involved except him, that is the strategy. Do you think news networks would give an ounce of airtime to these victims if Trump had just released the files months ago? No way. I mean, did it ever occur to people that maybe, just maybe, Trump is spending $350 million on his ballroom because he knows he'd never get a cent of private donor money for his real plan, the Donald Justice Trump Center for Abused Victims? Everyone on the left can whine all they want that Mike Johnson, Donald Trump, and countless other Republicans have spent months bending over backwards to stand in the way of justice and protect a billionaire pedophile, but the real patriots know the truth.
We want maximum transparency.
Exactly. Before you go, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more and support independent media, please subscribe to this channel. The subscribe button will be right here on this screen. But second, the reality is that we are now in a political environment where this administration can lean on any of the social media platforms to suppress certain voices if they don't like critical coverage. That means my longevity here is in the hands of a few tech billionaires who are already making it clear that they are willing to cater to this administration. To that end, signing up for my newsletter is a way for me to reach you directly if that ever becomes necessary. I'll put the link right here on the screen as well, so please sign up. It's free, but there's also an option to do a paid subscription if you'd like to support me and my team. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching.